I'm back. Rhodes from the Matrixx and Rhodes show. I almost did it again. Almost said black and white something. Black and white entertainment, I guess, is what this used to be. I don't know, maybe a year ago. Who knows? We just decided to do something different. So we went Matrixx Rhodes show. Ta-da. And I think the thought process would this might be a live streaming channel more than anything. But that isn't exactly how it's worked out. So we got 3 pieces of news involving Halloween Ends. As we know, the dumpster fire that has got Halloween fans mad as hell right now. Plain and simple. So mad, they've started a petition to get the movie remade, to give us something more aligned to what we wanted to finish this trilogy out. And really, more than a trilogy, because the first movie was 40 years ago, so there's 4 films. And again, keep in mind, Halloween 2 was scrapped for this crap. So anyway, they get this sequel that came out, and the movie is not exactly about Michael Myers. And you might be thinking, well, wait a minute now. The last film of the Halloween series, at least of this incarnation, is not about Michael Myers. That's correct. We've got sort of a coming of psycho story involving some character named Corey. Okay, and which completely perplexed all of us as we're watching it. And unfortunately, this character got a lot of the kills in this movie. I said, look, keep it simple, stupid. Laurie Strode, Michael Myers. Have Michael Myers kill 20 people on the way to a 15 or 20 minute finale with Laurie Strode. Easy peasy. We couldn't do that, I guess. So, and we've got a colossal effing drop in the box office. I mean, look, 70%, 71, 72, 73 might be a little bit more expected. But let's just jump over here because it's a nightmare for Halloween Ends. And I said, look, it was going to be front-loaded because a lot of horror films are. And look, there's some real middle fingers to Halloween Ends right now. The Terrifier 2 has entered the top 10 at the box office, all the way up at 6. Week 3, it's made $5.4 million. We're talking about a little independent horror movie now that I heard is fantastic. I have not seen it yet. I'll try to see it soon, do a review. Smile. You want to talk about good word of mouth? Well, right now, week 4, it passed Halloween. In week 4, it moved past Halloween Ends in week 2. That is flat embarrassing. Really good word of mouth on that movie as well. $84.5 million, but let's look at this. Halloween Ends did $2.47 million on Friday, an 88% drop-off from the previous Friday, an embarrassing 3-day total of $8 million, and this is Saturday morning's update. It would not shock me if it drops a little bit more, actually. If Sunday turns out to be a complete dumpster fire, it just falls off the map, and we end up with something lower than $8 million. So its total is $54.1 million. Now, I'm going to tell you why this is significant. The original box office projection was $50 to $55 million. There were a lot of projections out there that had this movie making this much money the first week, not after 2 weeks. So it's clear the fans are not, and this happened with a lot of the films we've seen over time that Hollywood has disrespected the fans on. That second and third and repeat showing visits to the theater did not happen here. Fans said, nope, not going to do it. Not going back for another visit. Now check this out. Halloween Ends. It has dropped on Rotten Tomatoes on the audience score. It has dropped. It dropped from 57 down to 56. Okay, so it continues. As more audiences see it, the score is dropping right now for Halloween Ends. Now, let's get to this. Oh, fans are pissed. I mean, this is, like I said, it's horror movies we're talking about here, but It's also a franchise, much like Star Wars. When The Last Jedi came out, a lot of pissed off fans, petitions came out, wanted The Last Jedi to be remade. You know, it has led to petitions involving the entire Disney sequel trilogy, calls for it to be remade. This is CBR.com. Michael Myers fans launch petition to change Halloween Ends finale. Horror fans launched a petition calling on Blumhouse to fix Halloween Ends finale so that Michael Myers can receive a better end to his story. Michael Myers fans have blasted the ending of Halloween Ends, believing the horror icon did not deserve to be treated as weak and pathetic in the film, and have launched a petition calling for Blumhouse to reshoot the 2022 film's controversial finale. Okay, this is actually taking a step further, because I've seen certain things where people would like to see the whole damn movie reshot. Okay? And it says right here, 5,600 signatures. That's over 7,000 now. That's over 7,000. A Change.org petition titled Halloween Ends Reshoot has been created with hopes that it will convince director David Gordon Green and the rest of the Halloween Ends cast crew to rewrite and reshoot the film's ending so that Michael Myers can go out on a high note. Halloween Ends was not a film the fans wanted, argues a petition, stating that the threequel was instead an origin story for Rohan Campbell's Corey Cunningham. That's a fact. At the time of writing this, the petition has already amassed over 5,600 signatures, with many seemingly agreeing that the fans, quote, deserve a movie worthy of Michael Myers and the Halloween franchise. That will not leave them sad, mad, disappointed, and infuriated, or feature a weak, pathetic Michael who needed his mask to survive. Halloween Ends' confusing and messy story has come under fire not only from fans and critics, but former stars like long-running slasher franchise, Scout Taylor Compton and Danielle Harris, who starred in Rob Zombie's Halloween and Halloween 2, have heavily criticized Laurie Strode's last stand against Michael. Quote, it was a really cool story if it was about a new serial killer and what it was like for someone to become a serial killer. But they just kind of threw Michael Myers in there. And they talk about how weak he was, et cetera, and how mortified they were. And this is something I have not brought up. I have not brought this up. But Halloween H2O is a much, much better Laurie Strode finale, in my opinion. The more I got to thinking about it, I was like, wait a minute now. H2O did this whole thing better in one film, actually. You know, kept Halloween 2 intact. I can't remember if that film recognizes 4 and 5 and 6 or not. I doubt it. I kind of doubt that because of the Thorn thing. I don't know, or maybe it recognizes 4 and not the rest of them. Who really knows? But the point is, it made a lot more sense. I mean, I always thought Laurie Strode would kind of grow up, even with all her issues. She was really smart, remember? So this could go for all 3 films, but she became successful. She was over this private school, and she had moved out of Haddonfield. Made sense. And she was an raging alcoholic that had bad nightmares. That made a lot of sense. It did. And she always knew she was in hiding. She always had a feeling Michael would eventually find her, right? And I know that sort of applies to all 3. Honestly, I was pretty good with what Blumhouse had did here until we got this film, and I was like, wait, what is happening? And it's reflective everywhere. The audience scores. Want a petition to reshoot the ending? No, let's just reshoot the whole damn film. It's not going to happen, folks. I know it won't happen. We all know it won't happen. But it's what the fans deserve. And keep in mind, I just did a video yesterday. David Gordon Green had told Rohan Campbell, and Jamie Lee Curtis had told Rohan Campbell, fans are going to be really, really angry over this film. He knew that and chose to do this anyway. I can't believe that Jamie Lee Curtis went along with this, knowing, I mean, they knew there was going to be backlash. I mean, that is so disrespectful of the people that have spent their money on these franchises. Look, Disney has done the same with Star Wars. I'm scared to death now. There's rumors of, possibly a new Friday the 13th coming down the pipeline. Are they going to do the same thing with Jason? I don't know. That frightens me because, Michael's my second favorite slasher, but Jason is my guy. And I'm like, it's only going to make sense that they somehow F that up and ruin Voorhees. Wow. This is, I was so fired up for this film. So fired up. I don't know. Here we are. Massive drop-off. Embarrassing drop-off. What happens in week 3? Because this thing's going to drop. It's liable to drop out of the top 10 by week 3. If this thing drops and the Terrifier 2 passes it in week 3, a little independent horror movie that I've heard is really good, but you get the point. This is Michael effing Myers in the finale of the story. Thank God we know how this goes. There's still rights for this film, yada, yada, yada. They will most likely, and we've already heard this, reboot it again, right? So, I don't know. I hope this isn't an end for Michael, and I hope the studio doesn't look at this and be like, well, Michael Myers is not a winning product anymore. No, Michael Myers is absolutely a winning product. It's your story that's the problem here. A massive damn problem. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.